top court verdict on 23 petitions challenging Article 370 on Monday. Supreme Court to decide whether abrogation of Article 370 was constitutional. Cash for query case involving TMC MP Mahua Moitra reaches Parliament. Ethics Committee report to be tabled on Friday. 3 union ministers resigned from the cabinet. Arjun Munda has been given the additional charge of Agriculture Ministry. Chennai and its neighbouring districts are still grappling with the aftermath of Cyclone Migjom. Video emerges which shows layers of oil found in the waters in Chennai. No consensus yet for the names of 3 state chief ministers. Back-to-back meetings and hectic parleys continue for the BJP in New Delhi. Party to name observers for Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh on Friday. Will Virat Kohli play the T20 World Cup? His RCB captain Faf du Plessis has an answer to that. We will tell you on the show. Hello and welcome to News at this hour. I'm your host Rika Roy and this is our top story. Supreme Court will deliver its verdict on the petitions challenging abrogation of Article 370. Remember, the court had heard a clutch of petitions which had challenged the central government's move. After a marathon 2-week hearing, Supreme Court had reserved its verdict on the 5th of September. My colleague Ashish Bhargava joins us on the phone line on this news that has just come in. Ashish, tell us what is expected when the Supreme Court meets to deliver the verdict on Monday.
जी देखिए रिका, एक बहुत बड़ा फैसला है। 16 दिन तक लगातार मैराथन सुनवाई के बाद अब फैसले की घड़ी आ गई है और 23 टोटल पिटीशन थी। बड़े बड़े वकीलों ने पिटीशनर की तरफ से कपिल सिब्बल, दुष्यंत दवे, राजीव धवन, गोपाल सुब्रमण्यम, इन सब लोगों ने यहाँ पर बहस की थी और कहा था कि 370 को जिस तरीके से हटाया गया वो गैर कानूनी था और सुप्रीम कोर्ट को इसमें दखल देना चाहिए और सुप्रीम कोर्ट को इसे असंवैधानिक भी करार देना चाहिए। और यहाँ पर केंद्र सरकार की ओर से भी बड़े बड़े लोग अपीयर हुए। अटॉर्नी जनरल के अलावा सॉलिसिटर जनरल हरीश साल्वे अपीयर हुए और ये एक बड़ा फैसला इससे भी कहेंगे कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक बड़ी बात ये पूछी थी इस हियरिंग के दौरान के जम्मू कश्मीर में चुनाव कब होंगे, केंद्र सरकार की क्या योजना है। केंद्र सरकार ने कहा था कि टाइमलाइन तो नहीं दे सकते लेकिन सामान्य स्थिति वहां पर हो रही है और इलेक्शन कमीशन इस पर डिसीजन इलेक्शन कमीशन को लेना है। तो निश्चित तौर पर हो सकता है कि अदालत इस पर भी कोई बात आगे करे। तो एक बहुत बड़ा फैसला आने जा रहा है सोमवार को सुबह 10:30 बजे 5 जजों के संविधान पीठ में। जी
Yes, all eyes will be on Supreme Court on Monday morning. Now moving on, the report of the Ethics Committee on Mahua Moitra cash for query case is going to be tabled in Lok Sabha on Friday. The Lok Sabha's Ethics Committee, chaired by BJP member Vinod Sonkar, had adopted its report at a meeting on the 9th of November, recommending Moitra's expulsion from the lower house over the cash for query allegation. Opposition members termed the report a fixed match and said the complaint filed by BJP Lok Sabha member Nishikant Dubey, which the panel reviewed, was not supported by a shred of evidence. Vasudha, fireworks, Vasudha Venugopal joins us on the phone line for this. So fireworks expected tomorrow in the Parliament, Vasudha?
Absolutely. This is a big flashpoint between the opposition and, of course, the government. And but Parmeshwar, the thing is, the Ethics Committee report had clearly said that there is evidence of wrongdoing. Of course, it was prima facie evidence. The Ethics Committee does not have the technical prowess, expertise to probe matters of criminality. So clearly, it had also called for institutional inquiry into the process. And like we know, the CBI is already looking into this matter. The allegations raised by the Ethics Committee were very serious in nature. One, it said that Mahua Moitra is accused of illegal gratification. Basically, it had said that Mahua Moitra was taking gifts in return in lieu of asking questions on behalf of Mr. Hiranandani, and of course of also unethical conduct, which also includes sharing of login credentials. What we understand is that this report is going to be tabled tomorrow, after which there's going to be voting, and then depending on what the speaker wants, it could be like a debate. But clearly all the MPs have been asked to come tomorrow. The BJP has issued a whip, so clearly it is going to be a fireworks Friday tomorrow.
Absolutely, fireworks Friday, and we will wait for all the reports coming in from your end. Thank you very much for joining us at this hour. Now, 3 union ministers resigned from cabinet: Narendra Singh Tomar, Prahlad Patel and Renuka Singh. President has accepted the resignation of all the 3 ministers. Arjun Munda has been given additional charge of Agriculture Ministry. Rajiv Chandrasekhar has also got the additional charge of Jal Shakti Ministry.
That's the one big question, I think, that is being discussed in the political corridors here for last almost 4 days now. But clearly, the fact that Narendra Singh Tomar, one of the most senior leader of the BJP in Madhya Pradesh, Prahlad Patel, also a very senior BJP leader in Madhya Pradesh, their names have been making rounds, but at the moment there is still no decision by the BJP central leadership as to what new responsibility will be given to them. But what is important is the fact that they were told first to contest the MLA elections itself, I think, is very, very significant, because this is part of a larger strategy of the BJP central leadership to beef up the strength in politically crucial states. Now, remember, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan are 3 very crucial Hindi heartland states for the BJP. And as part of a larger strategy for the Lok Sabha elections, these 3 leaders were sent to these states. Now, with their resignation being accepted, it paves the way for a new role for them in the state politics. Now, whether they will be having any role in the state government that is being formed now, or whether they will be given role in the party organization in the state, we will have to wait and see. But at the moment, clearly the road is now clear for the selection of a new chief minister, formation of a new cabinet. But I think the one big political question remains as to what would be their role now after they have formally resigned and they are going back now to their respective states to take oath as MLA.
Well, interesting developments await us over the next few days. Now, it's been 4 days since the BJP's big victories in MP, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, but the suspense over who will be CM continues. And a big list of probables thereon. There are various meetings taking place in New Delhi that are being closely watched. Former Rajasthan CM Vasundhara met BJP Chief JP Nadda, whereas Rajasthan BJP MLA Baba Balaknath also met Amit Shah on Thursday. The party will appoint observers for the 3 states on Friday to finally choose the names. My colleague Akhilesh Sharma spoke to me a little while ago.
Well, the BJP leaders are tight-lipped about the possible names of the chief ministers. They are saying that the discussion is still on and they haven't decided anything. But of course, the names of the observers will be announced tomorrow. These observers will be going to Raipur, Bhopal and Jaipur to attend the meeting of the BJP MLAs, and in those meetings the leader will be elected. And we have been told by the sources that various names are doing rounds, and in fact all these MPs who have successfully contested the assembly elections and they have resigned from their membership of the parliament, their names are also being considered. So no name is being ruled out so far, but they haven't come to a conclusion. In the meanwhile, there is a big development where Vasundhara Sindhya was called to Delhi, and now her meeting with party president JP Nadda has just got over. So
what happened in that meeting, Akhilesh? Did you hear what happened in that meeting, that she met the BJP leaders, also Baba Balaknath met Amit Shah today? What happened in those meetings?
Well, the details of this meeting is not known yet because it just got over. Right. But what I believe that, there were reports that Vasundhara Raje had invited the newly elected MLAs at her residence in Jaipur on dinner, on tea, and the party president and the party high command was not happy with those reports.
Right.
So of course he was called to Delhi. I believe that this issue may have been taken up by Mr. Nadda before her.
Moving to some other story now, 15 fire tenders were rushed to Palam area in the national capital after a 4-story building caught fire. 4 people have been admitted to hospital. No casualties have been reported so far. Those blazes that you see there look quite horrific. In fact, as we know, 4 people have been injured but no casualties. But we'll have to wait for some more time to get you what is the news on the ground. Chennai and its neighbouring districts are still grappling in the aftermath of cyclone Jammu, including stagnant water and power outages. In the latest, a video has emerged which shows thick layers of oil floating on water. Police are trying to trace the origins of the video and suspect discharge from a Chennai canal. Chennai Petrochemicals, meanwhile, has denied any pipeline leak. My colleague Sam Daniel has this report.
97-year-old Venkateswaran didn't eat well for 4 days at Chennai's heavily inundated Madipakam, despite a 4,000 crore stormwater drain covering their area. Without electricity in their house, his family couldn't prepare the mashed rice in liquid form he requires. His wife tried her best to mash it manually, but he wouldn't take it.
We are worried about the weight loss. Already I think he must have lost weight because there was no, last 4 days there was no food.
Prasanna, a small businesswoman, tells me she fled her home just before cyclone Jammu approached. During heavy rains in November, there was no waterlogging at this chronic hotspot. However, this time, her family's lifetime savings literally down the drain, including a car and 2 delivery vehicles worth 7 lakh.
For this upliftment, we spend 4 years. So you just imagine it. So again, we need to push and work at again 4 years.
Residents are outraged that they were left to fend for themselves when there was neck-deep waters here. This senior citizen Murali Krishnan's oven heats up after 3 days. He's angry that no politician or officials showed up when the area sank.
They will not be able to take the wrath of the people because what they have promised is that there will be no water stagnation. Water will drain out as soon as possible. I think they don't have the guts to come out of places.
Finally, food and water being supplied from the 3rd day, and officials in interior areas. They argue access was just impossible on day 1. The government says without the stormwater drains they built, Chennai would have seen a disaster.
First day was very difficult for us because of accessibility. The rainfall was there continuously for the whole day. Next morning we have been able to mobilize men and material, and from that we have been working continuously in this area.
While only a scientific investigation would establish if the 4,000 crore stormwater drains project failed the city, the public perception is the government machinery certainly failed them this time. The situation brings back memories of the 2015 floods. The big question, did authorities fail to rise up this time? At Kuberan Nagar in Madipakam in Chennai, with Suresh, Sam Daniel, NDTV.
India's envoy to Qatar met 8 ex-Navy personnel sentenced to death in October on Sunday. This was revealed by External Affairs spokesperson Arindam Bagchi, who said the meeting took place on 3rd of December. The ambassadors' meeting with the sailors has been seen as a positive step, one that addresses concerns over consular access to the 8 naval personnel. The meet is being linked to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's meeting with the Qatar ruler on the sidelines of COP28 summit in Dubai.
Prime Minister met the Emir of Qatar in Dubai on the sidelines of COP28. I think he put out a tweet. My understanding is that there are good conversation on the overall bilateral relationship as well as on the well-being of the Indian community, as he said. There have been 2 hearings. As you know, we filed an appeal, as is from the families, and the detainees had filed an appeal. 2 hearings have since been held. Meanwhile, our ambassador got consular access to meet all 8 of, in prison on 3rd of December. And as I said, this is a sensitive issue, but we will continue to follow, and whatever we can share, we will do so.
Now, Union Minister Giriraj Singh's allegedly derogatory comment over Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee shaking a leg with celebrities has drawn a sharp retort from the state's ruling Trinamool Congress, with protests held today. In fact, Giriraj Singh denied insulting Mamata but said he stood by what he said. Saurabh Gupta has more.
The women's wing of the Trinamool Congress protesting against Union Minister Giriraj Singh's comments on Mamata Banerjee, also demanding his resignation. The Trinamool believes this is an issue where it can take on the BJP, as women voters have always been a constituency that has supported Mamata Banerjee, and this is something that the Trinamool is portraying as an insult against women. As Trinamool MPs protested in front of the Gandhi statue inside Parliament today, the Trinamool Mahila Congress protested in the party stronghold Hajra More in Kolkata. Not very far from Mamata Banerjee's home.
The very fact that Kolkata is a secure and the safest city proves this point, because West Bengal government, Mamata Banerjee, and West Bengal people are very progressive and see men and women as equals. She's a woman chief minister. So look at the office that he is attacking. You're attacking a woman who is an elected chief minister.
In an interview to NDTV, Giriraj Singh denied insulting Mamata but said he stood by what he said.
मैंने कौन सा गलत कहा? मैंने कहा आप जश्न मना रही हैं, जहां गरीबी हो, बेरोजगारी हो, महिला नेता के खिलाफ थोड़े दिया हूं, मुख्यमंत्री के खिलाफ दिया हूं।
आप अपने बयान पे कायम हैं।
और बयान कौन सा दिया हूं? जो बयान वो जश्न मना रही थी तो मैंने कहा जश्न मना रही हैं।
Determined not to let the Mahua Moitra issue hijack its parliamentary agenda, the TMC feels the Giriraj comment is a good weapon to attack the BJP with. In Kolkata with camera person GD Shankar, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
Cricket news now. Former South Africa captain Faf du Plessis is also Virat Kohli's skipper at Royal Challengers Bangalore, a close friend as well. When we asked him on what his thoughts were on Kohli's appearance at the T20 World Cup next year, this is what he had to say. Faf, let's talk a little bit about the 2 senior citizens in the Indian team, Rohit and Virat. Both of them sitting out of the T20s with a few matches to go for the World Cup. We know Rohit will be captaining the side during the World Cup, but do you see Virat a part of the T20 Cricket World Cup?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, certainly if you look at, players, when they look at the scheduling right now, those kind of players will look at T20 World Cup as not being too far away. So it feels within their reach. I think if you start talking about the next 50 over World Cup, that's when players perhaps will go, that looks like a long way away. And maybe that's something that they don't see themselves getting to in terms of that. But knowing Virat very well, as I know that he plays the game to win trophies, so he wouldn't want to miss out on an opportunity in that T20 World Cup to get a World Cup trophy. I mean, that's why we play the game, and he was so close this time around. And Rohit would be no different. I thought they were both excellent in the World Cup at home, and they would want to make sure that they're there again.